Welcome to another edition of the Sports and we are back. We got crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees out of any best part, they handle.
I think there is a higher power at play. He's law of averages.
That dude is the ultimate trash.
Every person you have trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's me, it's Matt, it's Mike. How's everyone doing?
What's good, eh? How are you?
We've got a lot going on.
Christmas Eve upon us.
Eve tomorrow. I'm sure everyone's still wrapping up their Christmas shopping, all that type of stuff. But we got a lot of games coming up, over the weekend and tonight. So let's get started in the world of the National Football League.
Juju Smith-Schuster is blown up. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins.
Do not stand up with that man and let him just throw you out of the club.
On its way. It bounces off the crossbar, and it's good. Oh, my goodness.
All right. So we get started with Week 16 in the National Football League. And tonight for Thursday Night Football, we have the San Francisco 49ers and the Tennessee Titans. The Niners come in 8-6, 3-point road favorites. Titans 9-5. They've set the total here at 44. This one will be 8:20 on NFL Network. And this is a very important game for both teams. You look at the Niners, they're jockeying for position in the NFC wild card. Technically, it's a long shot, but still not out of it for the division. Right now, they sit in sixth place for the playoffs. And if you're looking as far as the Titans are concerned, they were almost going to be number one seed in the NFC last week. Now they're down to 3, and the Colts are only one game behind them in the division. So that's kind of interesting. And I just think this is a very crucial game. And, Tennessee obviously is still without Derrick Henry. But they do get A.J. Brown back, which is big for them. And these are two teams that look like they're headed in opposite directions. I mean, the Niners have won 6 out of 8. The Titans have lost 3 out of 4. So, obviously they really want this game bad. And I just, looking at it, I know the Titans, I think 2 of their offensive linemen are out. So I'm almost like surprised that the line's only 3. I mean, the Niners have just looked like so much of a better team, but I think baked into that is the fact that everybody's expecting the Titans to rebound here. And I mean, Devontae Foreman, the former Texas running back, has stepped in for Henry, playing pretty well. So that's obviously helped them. So I think it's just kind of that bounce back expectation, as far as the, Titans are concerned. But when I'm looking at this, I just don't see how the Niners lose this game. I think they've been rolling running game, and Deebo Samuel has been huge, and they get back Elijah Mitchell, the running back. So I think they'll do a lot of running here. Wouldn't be surprised if it, tops 150 yards. And Garoppolo, just keeping him to, maybe around 25 pass attempts, and just doing those high percentage, low distance throws and just putting them in position to win. Defense, has carried them during this stretch. So I do think this will probably be a lower scoring game. And we've seen that on these standalone games or primetime games, the last few times. So I'm going to say here, we're going to get Niners 20 and the Titans 13. So that would be the Niners covering the spread here and the total going under. What do you think, Matt?
Dude, the biggest thing is like how crazy it is for playoff implications. Because, like you said, Barnes, first of all, the Colts are so sick, dude.
It's
Jonathan Taylor, maybe MVP. A lot of people are pissed about that, though, because of Derrick Henry. Thinking, like, he should have maybe won last year. If you're going to give it to Taylor this year, like, why wouldn't have Derrick Henry made it? Like, won it last year.
But I just feel like it's the
thing.
other guys he's competing with.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, he's been so unstoppable. I think it's since week 4 or week 6 or something. He has 1,100 yards rushing.
Well, dude, yeah. And then when he rushes for 100 yards in a game, Jonathan Taylor, the Colts he's done it 8 times. They're 8-0.
And I could be mistaken. I think he's ran for a touchdown in 8 or 9 straight games.
Yeah, I
as
believe
well.
you're right. So, dude, that's the most exciting part, honestly, is just the playoff implications with this game. So I'm definitely going to go with, dude, and the Titans are reeling with the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams playing pretty well as of late. Dude, I'm going to go with the Niners. Dude. I think they're going to take advantage of Tennessee missing a few of their starters on defense and look for Debo to have a good game. Jimmy sling it around out there. And, dude, I really just think Debo reminds me of Cordell Patterson, bro.
Yeah.
Like
2.0.
So, yeah,
He's
exactly.
faster,
Exactly.
a little shiftier.
Exactly. So I like the Niners in this one, dude. The Niners also, have a Bosa brother, dude, on the other side of the ball. He's playing in this game, right?
So, I don't know if I saw one of them got added to COVID, but I don't know if that was his brother. I just want to see here.
Hold on. I don't think it is. No, it looks like he's good.
Okay.
Bosa.
Oh, and Elijah Mitchell, I guess, is actually out. Okay. So, but they've been giving
Elijah Mitchell
carries.
Yeah. So for the Titans, the injury report, obviously no AJ Brown, no Rodgers.
No, Brown is back. They just announced it. They just
all right.
him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
December 22nd, which is yesterday.
Right.
Okay. Good. So that's good for them. That's a key piece back. So, Tannehill is going to have a solid target to be throwing to. But I'm still going to rock with the Niners, dude. I just think they're a little bit healthier. And Debo, dude, on offense, I think he's going to be the key.
Yeah.
So close game, 27-20.
27-20. Okay, so over in the Niners. What do you got, Michael?
I'll go Niners since they're reeling.
Okay, so
I don't have a score. I'll go 21-17.
21-17. Okay. So we all like the Niners here. But I do think, we'll see some defense here, and it should be an entertaining game. I mean, most of these primetime games have been. So looking forward to that. 8:20 on NFL Network. And then I've picked out 3 of the best games, between Saturday and Sunday to take a look at. The first one is on Saturday, and, we were just speaking of this Colts team, of course. They're traveling to Glendale to take on the Cardinals here. So you look at this, Colts 8-6 after that 1-4 start. Cardinals 10-4. I believe they've lost 3 games in a row here. And right now they're 1-point home favorites. Obviously Hopkins out for the season. And you look at the total here, set at 49. So they're expecting some scoring. This one will be on Saturday. So 8:15 Christmas Day on NFL Network. And I just look at this thing, and I just feel like we've seen this with the Cardinals before, that second half slump. And it just doesn't seem like they're headed in the right direction. I mean, they still have AJ Green and Christian Kirk, which is good, but I just don't know. And they have a good defense, but I just don't know how they're going to stop Jonathan Taylor. This guy's obviously on fire. He's might get 2,000 yards rushing. I mean, depending on how crazy he goes these last couple games. And I think really the thing is, the only thing preventing the Colts from winning this game would be if Carson Wentz makes some mistakes. He had a great start to the year, has had some debatable games and some debatable throws over the last couple. So that's just one thing, to keep an eye out for. But I can't go against them.
I just more often than not, Carson. It's usually if the Colts lose, it's because Carson Wentz made some sort of error.
Yeah, it's not like
throwing
Jonathan Taylor
or some decision.
Yeah,
that Wentz usually makes kind of sets them back. But yeah, dude. I mean, I kind of agree with you, Barnes. I can't see, especially with the Cardinals losing to Detroit last week. Like, there clearly something's off there. I mean, you lose to literally the worst team, second to worst team.
I think they were down 17-0 at halftime.
Yeah. So they got clearly their defense got torched by Goff and Detroit,
right.
Which leads me to just think, like, what is Indianapolis gonna do?
Yeah.
And it's weird though, because Arizona is healthy.
Yeah, other than Hopkins
for the most part.
They just got back
on
defense.
Obviously, missing JJ Watt is big time.
Yeah, but Chandler Jones is an animal.
Chandler Jones is there.
Isaiah Simmons.
Weird. This could be the game though for the Cardinals where they kind of snap back, and it'd be a statement win if they do beat Indianapolis. I feel like because Indianapolis, just the way they're playing as of late, so well, and we had that whole conversation about how nasty Jonathan Taylor is, bro, with the running back. He's gonna win the rushing title for sure this year. So dude, I'm going with the Colts, bro. I think they have all this momentum. They're right there. They're trying to make the playoffs. They're holding on to that 5th seed right now. And so I think, there's a little bit more at stake, I think, for the Colts than the Cardinals. So Colts 28, Cardinals 20.
I like it.
And Jonathan Taylor is going to have 175 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 20 yards receiving.
Definitely could see that. And I'm just looking at this here. So it's been since October 3rd. He's had a touchdown in every single game.
That's insane, bro.
What a run.
And 100 plus rush yards games.
Unbelievable.
8 games when he rushes for 100 yards.
Yeah.
They score. They're 8-0.
Yeah.
And he
Just
averages 5.6 yards per carry on 270 carries. I mean, people don't even get 270 for a whole season, so it's just crazy that he's already had that many. What are you thinking here, Michael?
Colts 27-20.
I'm gonna say Colts 31-17, and I think they're riding this momentum all the way to the Super Bowl. I just think they are the definition though of how to rebuild a team.
Are they like the Packers in 2010, 2011?
Kind of, yeah.
Right when they won.
Just obviously quarterback. They don't.
Oh, of course. But in the sense that like they kind of came because that Packers team was a wild card team,
right?
And they kind of came from out of nowhere.
And the thing here, though, I mean, they're not necessarily out of play for the division either. So that's just something to keep in mind. And I'm just looking on here.
Their division's so bad.
The only thing is, though, they're 1 game back to Tennessee, but they lost to them twice, so they have to actually finish with a better record. So they'll have to basically win all the remaining games. But I don't see why they can't. I mean, but what I mean in terms of rebuilding a team, I mean, Andrew Luck just randomly retires in the preseason. But they built up that offensive line. They actually have a good defense. All these years with Peyton, they were getting torched. They have one of the better defenses, and they run the ball. I mean, this is the model that the Jets should go after, is how to really build a team. Just hit on draft picks. I mean, how about that draft, though, to have Pittman and Jonathan Taylor, last year in the 2nd round?
Can't believe it. Pittman's on my fantasy team.
Dude, I mean.
He's sick.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he's deep threat.
Yeah. They just do such a good job of drafting.
Yeah, they do.
So, yeah.
Historically, I mean, all the way back to Peyton.
Yeah, exactly. So, I expect, their run to continue. And imagine, they win that game. Titans lose tonight. They'll be tied. Obviously, Titans have the tiebreaker, and then it comes down what the 2 teams do over the final 2 weeks of the season. So that'll be great, fun to watch. So Colts Cardinals 8:15 NFL Network Christmas Day. And then the next game we're going to take a look at here. This is a 1:00 game on Sunday. We got the 10-4 Rams. Last I checked, 3-point favorites at 7-7. Minnesota total 49.5. But just within the last hour or so, I saw that Dalvin Cook was added to health and safety. So I don't know, being that we're already, Thursday here, if he has a shot to come back or not. I mean, the one thing, we've mentioned is that Madison does a good job of filling in. But I still just feel like, looking at this, I mean, the Rams, like, just their team is just better. I mean, Cousins didn't even throw for 100 yards last game. And it just seemed like they're really due to get, start going on offense again, other than Cooper Kupp. It seems like Stafford to Kupp is good, Michelle's good, but then he's not really getting in sync with any of the other receivers.
Yeah, and Odell just gets there too. But Odell's had a touchdown in each of his games there.
Yeah, so, I don't know what this past Tuesday, I don't remember what I just am curious what he did, because I know I remember him scoring those touchdowns. Games.
But yeah, I mean, but is that enough though for the Rams? Like, they clearly have been, shellacking teams because their offense is so loaded.
Right. Right.
I just think, honestly, bro, I mean, just having Cooper Kupp to throw to seems to be enough.
He's on pace to break the all-time yardage record.
Yeah, no one's really talking about him for MVP or anything like that either, which is crazy.
Because I think that, just like with running back, even though, they don't like giving that position, the MVP.
I know, but it's like if they're
good,
true
they're
MVP, then
if they're good, they're
like
good.
what's the difference?
Right, exactly.
What the
So,
position is.
but I mean, what do you think? When it comes to this game, I mean, Vikings reeling here. I mean, 7-7, really no room for error. I mean, do you give them a shot, especially if Cook doesn't play?
Well, dude, if Cook doesn't play, then that's a big loss on offense for them. And dude, I like the Rams more in this game anyway, bro. From the beginning, I kind of even think it's going to be a blowout. To be honest with you, I think Stafford and Cooper Kupp are going to connect. I can see Cooper Kupp having maybe like a 200-yard game, but just like because they're so loaded on offense, dude, it's going to be too much for the Vikings defense to handle. And if Cook is not playing on the offensive side of the ball for Minnesota, then I don't really give him a shot here, Barnes, to be honest. I think they're going to get blown out. I'm going to go 31-10 Rams over the Vikings, dude.
I could definitely see it. Aaron Donald, maybe a couple sacks.
See Odell maybe breaking out this game and Stafford connecting to him on like a few deep balls, dude, like 40+ yard passes.
And the Minnesota secondary is all beat up too.
Yeah.
They haven't released starting corner Bashard Breeland, and I know they've had some other injuries as well.
Breeland was pretty shocked.
Yeah.
By that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, try
surprising.
to fight your teammates.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to come.
That'll do it.
And Odell, I had a feeling he was quiet last game. 1 reception for 7 yards. So I'm sure, especially they know the way Odell is.
Yeah.
They're going to need down the stretch. They're going to want to kind of satisfy his need for, getting balls and targets. So
right out of the gate, dude, slant to Odell for like 57 yards.
I could definitely see that. What do you think about this game, Michael?
Rams 33-30 field goal win.
Wow. I like it. I am going to say here that, I think the Rams are going to win, but I just haven't seen enough offensively to think that they're going to score like 35, 40 points. So I think it's going to be like 21-14, but they'll get another win, get their 11th win of the year, and this could possibly be an elimination game for the Vikings. I mean, we'll see. That would drop them to 8 losses on the season, so they'd have to win their final 2 to get to 9. And I think regardless of what happens here, I kind of think they're going to go in a different direction with Coach. Just because Mike Zimmer.
Yeah, he's been there for a minute, and they've gotten close, but they've never
don't do anything in the playoffs,
dude. Yep. The Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah,
that's about it.
And especially, I think it would be a good opportunity too if they're going to actually get rid of Cousins. I mean, nobody has said that they're going to get rid of Cousins, but just seems like, I don't know, with what he's making, that it would be beneficial to them. But obviously, we'll see. And then the third game we're going to take a look at here, we got 8-6 Buffalo Bills at the 9-5 New England Patriots, 2.5 point home favorites here. Total set of 43.5. This is also a 1:00 game on CBS. And, this game was Monday Night Football a few weeks ago, with the crazy wind and weather conditions in Buffalo. Patriots running it every play except I think 3 or 2. Whatever the case was. And then we saw them, against the Colts last week. Mac struggling a little bit here. This is a big spot, and I'm sure they're not going to run for 40 carries or whatever it was last time. So just be interesting to see how Buffalo plays it defensively. And just the fact, too, like what it looks like against this Patriots defense without these weather conditions. I mean, Allen, I really like Josh Allen, but I just have seen him struggle before when it comes to good defenses. So that's the only thing I would be concerned about here. But as well as the fact that I think the Patriots have been playing over their head. I think it was 7 straight wins they had before last week. So almost like just a law of averages, things that they're kind of due to cool off here. And I think they'll hang on to make the playoffs, but really wouldn't be surprised, if Buffalo wins this one. So I think they do get the slight upset on the road here. Give me Buffalo 28 and the Patriots 17. And then they would actually both have the same record. So that could be interesting. Buffalo seemed out of it for the division race a couple weeks ago, but now they would be back into play. So let's see if that happens. What do you think about this one, Matt?
Gonna be a close one. Lot at stake here for playoff seeding, dude. And now you said that they have to say we're both 9-5, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Buffalo's 8-6.
Buffalo's 8-6. So yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, if they win,
right.
obviously they'll bring them both to the same record. Right now, as it stands, Patriots have the 2nd seed, and it's it's so tight here that Bills have the 7th seed. Dude, it's the bottom tier here. Really, actually, the 4th seed through the 7th seed, everybody has the same record. Bengals, Colts, Chargers, and Bills, all 8-6.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember a race ever like this.
Nah, there's a lot of parity, dude. And this is gonna shake things up regardless of who wins this game. I honestly think, dude, I'm gonna go with Josh Allen and the Bills, dude, because I really like the Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen connection, bro. I like they have Cole Beasley in the slot. Their running game is a little bit weak, though, Buffalo.
Yeah, Singletary.
That's the one kind of area on offense where they struggle. Defensively, dude, pretty stout D for the Bills, right? Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say
so. Mac Jones on the Patriots side of things is going to have a little bit of a tough time. I could see him maybe struggling, even though, last game was interesting too because it was such bad weather that they didn't even throw the ball.
Right.
So it's like now we're going to see how he fares against the Bills defense with the option of actually passing the ball this time because the weather is going to be much better. So it's going to be a close one, dude. I'm going to say that this is going to come down to a time expiring field goal, 27-24 Buffalo Bills final over the Pats.
And then I'm just looking at this here. So I don't know. I'll have to look into this, but so let's say, they would have the same record and obviously this is their 2nd game. So they'll play again the rest of these last 2 games. So just what the tiebreaker would be, I'm just not sure if it's I guess it would be division over conference record. That would seem like the more likely scenario. Yeah. Both are 3-1. So Buffalo would actually have the better division record. So they would actually, I think, have the tiebreaker, which would just be because it seemed like it was in the bag, like no question about it.
Yep.
And that would just kind of change things a little bit. So kind of interesting for sure. And I think we're gonna get a good game there. What do you think, Michael?
New England, right?
Yeah.
27-20
over Buffalo.
20?
Yes.
I'm gonna say.
What up, Renee?
I already said my score.
Hey, Renee. What's happening, Pete?
What up, Renee?
Car's cool.
Car's cool. Yo. What is your guys' downtime stream here? And today we'll be talking about stuff.
What is up, you guys? Downtime stream here, and we will be talking about stuff.
I read that so wrong, Michael.
It's all right, but I feel like we haven't seen Car's cool in forever.
Yeah.
Forgot about him.
I know.
Like, I think it's been months.
Yeah.
What does it say? Yo, what is up, you guys?
What is up, you
stream?
Yeah. Here. And today we will be talking about stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's just being funny. You know what
I
mean?
No, I appreciate it.
We miss you.
This is the downtime stream, and we are talking about stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You nailed it.
And then really, that's as far as the NFL concerned. I mean, that's really it. Obviously, Jets are in action. Might be without Salah. Jacksonville, but 70.
He entered the protocol, Mike.
Huh?
He entered protocol.
Yeah.
You think it might be better?
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Barnes is ready to just.
I know.
No, I like Salah.
No, you don't.
But I would almost, even though I like the pedigree with obviously his brother being a successful head coach, but I would almost can LaFleur. I just think at offensive coordinator, it just seems like he's over his head.
One more time.
Give me a veteran. Offensive
veterans they'll get
for our OC.
Though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't mind changing that.
Yeah.
What the heck?
LaFleur he might blossom.
I mean, can he just
spend
the whole summer with your brother and
do it? Maybe he will.
Hopefully.
Probably not though, because brother told him to go fuck himself. Because dude, what's he gonna? I don't know. Is that's a conflict of interest?
But also, I mean, you bring in some more offensive weapons and get a better offensive line. Maybe it looks a little different.
Maybe they're gonna grow together. You hope.
Yeah. Really, really do hope so. I think we'll get some good games tonight and over the weekend and see what happens as far as this playoff picture is concerned. But for now, let's switch to the world of the National Basketball Association.
The Bulls LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
All right. So another interesting night in the NBA, and obviously all the teams, dealing with the outbreaks and people on the health and safety protocol. And one game that we'll take a look at here from last night saw the Celtics defeat the Cavaliers 111-101. And we talked about this yesterday. I didn't realize that Jared Allen was actually in the health and safety protocol.
Taco Falls first start.
Taco Falls first start. I believe he might have even had 10 rebounds.
Immediate impact.
Immediate impact. Obviously, crowd loves him. So I he's always been a favorite of mine, honestly. It's compelling because what is 7'7", Mike?
Yeah, 7'6". He might be.
I think he is 7'7".
No, I don't think so.
Taco?
Yeah.
I think he is 7'7".
7'6". Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever heard of Sun Ming Ming?
No.
I used to watch his highlights a little bit.
I have not heard of Sun Ming Ming. But speaking of health and safety,
what about who was on
Sun Ming Ming 7'9"?
Zilang, something like.
Yeah.
There was another guy after Yao.
And me and Mike were talking about this before the show, and obviously, Celtics get that win to get back to 500 here at 16-16. But Joe Johnson makes his way onto the Celtics. Played a couple minutes last night, made a shot. He's been playing primarily in the big three the last couple of years, so just kind of interesting. That's going back to the team that drafted him 20 years ago. So that's kind of a good story. And for the Celtics, I mean, obviously you'll take the win here, and I think this was their third straight win over the Cavaliers. But you're playing without Jared Allen, you look at it. I mean, Lauri Markkanen shot 2 of 12, so they caught him on an off night. And like I said, I mean, they'll take the win. And Brown had 34, which was nice. 5 3-pointers. And actually, Robert Williams, a guy we've talked about, 21, 11, and 7, maybe a career game for him. So, Tatum, despite, 6 of 19 from the floor, had 18 points. But like I said, I mean, I still look at this, and I don't know what you guys think. And of course, they lead with star power with Brown, with Tatum. But I think the Cleveland Cavaliers at full strength are a better team than the Boston Celtics, almost by a decent margin. I don't know what you guys think. But
Team, yes, but the Celtics have 2 stars, and they just need a couple more pieces, dude, and they'll be a top team in the East.
But also, you think about it too, Mobley was missing as well, health and safety.
I know, but Tatum's the elite, dude. He is.
I do like Tatum, but I just think
and Brown's a good too.
Guy,
but that's what I'm saying. That's right. But you just said if they had a third guy, it'd be dope.
Right.
I feel like they've had opportunities in the last few years. They've had 3 guys,
but they were young. They were young, and they had Tatum and Brown were still such babies then when they had Kyrie and
Kemba.
They got
Hayward.
Car's cool, y'all.
Stink.
Y'all right. I stopped watching Twitch and started to do some graffiti.
Wow, good for you, bud.
Good for you, bud. Good for you. What's kind of interesting too? There was talks he was going to get bought out, traded over the over the summer. Kevin Love has actually started to actually play well. He limited minutes last year, injured. He had 18 and 11 last night, so he looks like he could still play. And I think they would have traded him by now if they could, but just with the contract. But they have so many bigs. I mean, Allen, Markkanen, Mobley, and Love. I mean, that's like quality guys that can shoot, defend. So maybe if he keeps playing well, they'll be able to trade him. But I can't wait to see them back at full strength. And it's a shame that Sexton's going to miss the rest of the year. He's a difference maker, but Garland has stepped up in his absence. He had 28 last night. So Cavs, I think, we'll take where they are at this point in the season and just be interested to see if the Celtics can get some consistent play. They haven't all season.
I bet you they think that in Cleveland anyway, that they got to be pretty happy with the beginning of their rebuild.
Right.
With getting these younger guys and
100%
foundation to start from. They haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. So
good for them.
Hats off to them for sure.
Yeah, it's way more organic than the LeBron.
Organic.
Oh my God.
I'm just joking,
the second time or the
Barnes.
first time?
I was just teasing. I think the NBA rigged him getting they lost
the NBA
games
is definitely rigged
on purpose, and then the lottery pick. Come on, dude. 0.8% chance for Chicago to get Derrick Rose that year. 0.8% chance to get the number 1 pick.
That Cleveland got Kyrie, I think it was less than 1%.
They had 3 straight first overall picks on LeBron left.
I think the year that Zion went to the Pelicans, I think they were pretty low too for for the percentage.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Their odds were
And
8
dude,
to 1.
Anthony Davis, the NBA owned the Pelicans that year for the draft, and they got the first overall pick.
But I mean, then it was stuck to them.
And
because
Kobe.
the Cavs wasted one of those picks on Anthony Bennett. Though.
I know, but that's their fault. Imagine if they landed a pick, those 3
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They
But
had the
I
opportunity.
don't know. Until I see documented proof, Michael, I
I know,
I can't
but
go with that. I just
They'll
can't.
never leak it unless someone from the league comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I
says
mean?
that it's rigged.
Yeah, well, that they've
but
rigged
also,
dude. But
yeah,
I mean, and
it's-
also the R.I.P. to not Sterling,
Stern.
he didn't let CP3 go to
LA.
LA because the NBA didn't want that super team to go against the big 3 the next year being formed. LeBron, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But
Did you see the Iman Shumpert interview
Yes.
when he said LeBron knows he ruined? the
Yeah,
NBA?
yeah.
He knows it. You don't give a fuck.
And he doesn't care about,
I mean, he did say that, Barnes. I don't care.
No, I'm saying
I don't give a fuck either way.
yeah.
I think
but,
I think the Celtics
I mean-
sort of started it, to be honest, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
They were the first.
Because it just wasn't, their primes weren't as long as Dwayne Wade and Bosh and
Yeah.
LeBron were like at the peak of their primes, whereas like KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce were like on the back end. So it wasn't, nobody talks about the Celtics starting it, but the Celtics technically started it
right.
because
But
no one in the East can beat them.
I just think though the whole conversation is just ridiculous because it's like at the end of the day, everybody just is very critical of every single thing that happens. And it's just like, you're going to tell me that players shouldn't be allowed to go where they want. That's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. And that's like telling somebody, oh, you can't go to this hedge fund because there's too many big honchos there and it won't be fair to the rest of the other hedge funds. I mean, that's literally what it's saying. I just think that's insane.
No, I don't disagree with that.
Because
I'm just
everybody's
saying.
so set. Oh, there wasn't a lot of free agency moves in the past. So that means there can't be free agency moves going forward. It's just like, what if you were that player? You would want somebody saying, nope, you have to stay there. I don't care if you don't like it. You have to stay there. You can't be with one person you like. You have to stay with who you're drafted by. I just feel like that's insane.
Well, that's Pete. But
I agree, but I totally agree. But I'm just saying, LeBron had to go to Miami to win a championship. He wouldn't have won in Cleveland.
We don't know that.
It would have
He
taken
did win in
longer.
Cleveland.
But think about it. Imagine if the drought was from that to that instead.
that'd be a hell
What
of
was
a
it?
drought.
2014.
2016.
Wow, that was that soon ago. It seems so
When they
long
won?
ago. He was on Cleveland.
When
Yeah,
they won?
the second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2016.
2016.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the best finals ever, though. Down
Oh, my
3-1.
Oh, yeah.
God.
I didn't want the Warriors to win that year.
Yeah.
I wanted LeBron to win that year.
That was crazy, honestly.
I think I did too.
Yeah, I didn't want Golden State to break the record and win a championship and be the greatest team. I like that it's still up for debate.
Yeah. I still like Kyrie back then.
Yeah.
Like, on
Yeah, me
Cleveland.
too. He
Not
was.
that I don't like him now, but like I don't really care. But I remember thinking like it'd be sick if Kyrie and LeBron
1-1.
got one together.
Yeah.
And Kevin Love too.
And I wonder what would happen too if the front office listened to LeBron and because he told him, I don't care what Kyrie says, just don't trade him. Like, what if they didn't make that trade?
Wow, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, because he probably was like, I'm gonna be fucked. Like,
Yeah.
Wow,
Wow, dude, I swear I remember that. Just speaking on that for a second, I remember working at I was at work that day at the Dolphins, bro.
Mhm.
We got the alert on
That he
our
wanted to be
phones, bro.
traded?
And one of my boys is from Cleveland.
Mhm.
So he was freaking out.
Yeah,
We were at work, dude. We were in the office. It was
yeah,
like 12 o'clock. It was like noon.
yeah.
And Kyrie fucking breaking news. Kyrie wants to be out.
Couldn't believe it.
But
Yeah, couldn't believe it.
I know is stubborn and I don't know.
thought it was
Just-
fake at first.
Just the way Kyrie is. I know that deep down he knows that he was being ridiculous about that whole situation. Because
He's silly, dude. It's Barnes.
He-
Barnes says he's being silly.
I mean, it's just like he knows he hasn't done it. He hasn't proven anything since he did that, and that's just
Nah.
what it comes down to. You know what I mean? If you're that crazy and you can't be under someone's wing or be 1B, then you should win. But you clearly don't. So I think that speaks for itself.
It's not like he wasn't going to be 1A like AD. Now,
Yeah. He would have.
he would have been 1A.
Getting more shots now. Yeah, exactly. So, but that's his prerogative. One other game from last night, we did see the Clippers 105-89 over the Kings. They controlled most of this game, and the Kings without Fox, that really just puts them behind the 8 ball. I've actually been impressed though. Eric Bledsoe, it seemed like he was on his way to being out of the league. He's actually played pretty well, and the Clippers need it because without Kawhi, they're clearly not the same team. And they got it going, in transition, outscoring the Kings 29-6 on the fast break. But as far as the Kings are concerned, I mean, one guy that we've talked about a lot is Halliburton. He had a great game last night, 22 and 13. The way he shoots is kind of crazy too. Like, it's like, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody play in the NBA that shoots similar to the way he does. It looks like he's going to brick it, but he's actually a pretty high percentage shooter. So just will be interesting to see. I mean, they got off to a decent start this year, but I think now they're 13 and 20. So, obviously the coach gets fired, all that.
I told you, they need to go to Seattle.
Seattle with Jackson.
Huh?
Seattle with Mark Jackson.
Yes. I thought you said Seattle with Jackson. I was like, where is that? I've never heard of it.
You've never been to Seattle with Jackson?
Yeah, Seattle with Jackson.
It's a subsidy in Seattle.
Yes, like Southport or Fairfield.
Yeah.
Do you think if they go,
It's still
if a team ends up going there, though, that they'll go same colors?
Of course, dude. And they'll have
everybody would have a fucking fit if they didn't.
Yeah.
Dude, they will. And think about it. And they'll have sick new looking jerseys and have retros.
This time it'll be done by Nike.
Yeah.
So
and it's kind of like when the Hornets came back too. They were gone for a while.
Dude. All the teams with the good solid.
The Raptors need to go back to that old logo.
The which ones?
The Raptors.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do
all those jerseys that Vince and T-Mac wore.
Oh, I'd like to see them do the Wait, I know. I think they have the dinosaur ones. The Raptors.
I know, but I want it to be their main.
The primary.
Well, at least they have it. At least they have it as an option. They didn't have an option for the last 20 years.
Can the Lakers just have the whatever
normal
that jersey as an alternate jersey?
Dude, the white one.
Yeah,
they have it.
No, but it's not.
It's not the same.
Still not the same.
Well, here's what happened with the Lakers jersey. I'll tell you so the first year Nike took over, it was the same. They only had the white, the gold, and the purple.
Right.
And they all had. I don't know if as anybody knows, but the Lakers, some of the NBA uniforms, the neck piece.
Yeah.
It goes into like a V.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah.
The Lakers have had that. They were the first ones to do that in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you meant it goes like this. It's weird.
No, that's what I'm talking about, Mike. Like it's more of a V than the round.
No, I know. There's another one that's weirder, not the V.
No, and just looking at that jersey, what it is the new ones don't have that patch of different color patch, like the yellow going down the side.
This jersey had in the front is what I'm talking about. So just for lack of a image, it came into more like a V than the circular.
Mm-hmm.
And then, dude, the second year of the Nike NBA jerseys, when did they take over again? Like 2018, 2019?
I think 2018, I want to say, yeah.
So then they switched the Lakers uniform back to, because the Lakers always, up until 2000, had a jersey like everybody else, where it was the circular, front, collar. So then they went, in the second year of the Nike jerseys, they went back to that style. And dude, the yellow now is more like highlighter-ish on the Lakers uniforms. It's not like that goldish tint. Like in the first year Nike took over, they was basically the same that we've seen it growing up.
Right. But it doesn't even feel close. It feels more like the Showtime uniform.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In the yes, dude, exactly.
But
us growing up, it was more of a goldish yellow.
But isn't the white now? It doesn't have any yellow stripe like that.
The white now, you're exactly right. Does not have any yellow stripe
so
like that.
That's what it is.
And if you know on the purple ones, instead of the gold stripe, it's a black.
Yeah,
one.
And
it doesn't go to their shorts.
Yeah,
it's only on the top.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They fucked it.
Yeah.
Again, Barnes. Just another sign it was time to go.
And tonight it's time for the Knicks to get back on the court. It's time for RJ Barrett, who returns from health and safety protocol. They are hosting the Washington Wizards, who come in 16-15, 1.5-point road favorites. Knicks at 14-17, winning that last game against Detroit. Total set at 210.5, 7:30 on MSG. So, getting Barrett back is huge for the Knicks. They look to rebound off last game. But they also, in the meantime, have lost, Noel to health and safety protocol, and then Rose is going to be out for a while. So
yeah, it's a tough one about Rose.
You think that would mean that a lot of playing time for Kemba will continue. Obviously, time will tell. With the injuries now, they don't have a choice. But Wizards, I think at this point in the year, 16-15. I mean, pretty good, but it just seems like if we're talking about what we thought of these teams going into the year, that the Knicks were definitely held in a higher regard, and of course, the Wizards have Beal. But I just think the Knicks are due to really get on a good stretch here, and they will as they get more guys back. So I think they're going to be able to get this job done tonight. They need another big game out of Mitchell Robinson. That's what they've been looking for all season. They finally showed up last game. And maybe Kemba, the scoring's been there, but he has been inefficient from the floor. So I'm expecting tonight, maybe a 13 for 20 shooting performance, something like that, not 8 for 23 or whatever it is. So give me the Knicks here. 110, Wizards 101. So that would actually just go over, and obviously the Knicks covering. What do you think, Matt?
Dude, pretty evenly even strength match here. I'm gonna go with the Knicks, dude. I think Kemba's gonna have a good game, like Barnes said. So I think that'll propel them tonight. Wizards, they have the 3 guys that come to mind are obviously Harrell, Kuzma, and Bradley Beal, and who else did we send over? Who else did they send over there? The Lakers.
Jeez.
But anyway, they obviously have a more bolstered
Pope, but he's out.
And Caldwell Pope.
Yeah.
And the Knicks, dude. I mean, they need to get back on track. I mean, they've been just so disappointing, dude. They have all this talent, and like especially
6-10 at home.
Yeah, especially after last year, dude. How well things went, and then, dude, they started off 5-1, which seems like forever ago now. But
opening night win against the Celtics and
yeah, dude, that was awesome. Remember being in Rhode Island, dude, watching that at the restaurant. That was sick. Dude, but big game for Kemba tonight. I think he's gonna go for like 30 and 10. So we'll give a little double. Kemba, 30 points, 10 assists. 110, 100. 110 to, let's go 95. Knicks over the Wizards.
What's your synopsis here, Michael?
Knicks 120, Wizards 90. 30 and 10 from Kemba.
So you think he continues to lead the way? What about Randall? What do you expect to see out of him going forward?
More efficient.
Is he in his head a little bit?
I think so, but I think Kemba's going to lead the way.
Do you like them taking the ball out of Randall's hands a little more, and just when he, don't relying on him for distributing?
Yeah, they should make him more like a Bosh.
Yeah,
just Bosh.
Yeah, and
get some post shots, get in the 3,
more
stay
consistent
there
with the free throws.
Yeah.
But I really think this should be the start of it. I mean, we'll see, but I like the way they looked, especially last game. The other game we're going to take a look at here, we got the 12-18 San Antonio Spurs at the 16-16 Los Angeles Lakers. 1.5 point home favorites here. Total set at 223.5. This one tips off a little late, 10:30 on League Pass. And you look at the Lakers. I mean, it was a close game against Phoenix until halftime last game, and then I think they got outscored by almost 15 in the second half. So looking for some more consistency here. The whole thing has been, LeBron has brought it. He's been what he's supposed to be, but everyone else, it's just been a question if they're going to show up on that given night. So I think, that's the biggest thing here. And when you're talking Spurs, I mean, the whole thing is, are you going to defend DeJounte Murray? I believe last time they played, he held him in check. But it just thinking about it, who's guarding him? You know what I mean? I guess Westbrook. I don't know, what type of job he's going to do on him. So that's just the one concern I have. But, obviously at 6 games under 500, the Spurs haven't been playing that great, even though they have won 3 out of 5. The Lakers, of course, losing 3 in a row. So you'd expect them to bounce back. And of course, nursing that Anthony Davis injury here. But I look at this. I think the Lakers will get it done. Won't be easy because it never is, of course. And I think lower scoring than they're expecting as well. Give me the Lakers 105, Spurs 98, and probably tie game going to the fourth. They pull away, and another 30-point triple-double for LeBron. And a Lakers much-needed victory. That's what I got here. What do you think, Matt?
I mean, dude, the Lakers are definitely reeling, bro. Like, they're having a tough time of it as of late. Obviously, everybody's affected with the COVID protocols and all that, so they're in that category as well. But dude, yeah, I can't see them letting this one slip away, to be honest. They have a 3-game losing streak going here, and I think just LeBron's kind of gonna be one of those games where he kind of puts everybody on his back and he'll lead the way, and it'll all be it'll basically be like the LeBron show. I can see him getting a triple-double, with, like you said, like 25, 30 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds to kind of be all over the place tonight. Lakers, they're missing a few guys, but nobody really like that I feel like would affect the outcome of the game, like Ariza, Avery Bradley, Austin Reeves. And the Spurs, dude, I just think coming in, they're going against the Lakers team that's desperate, and they're gonna get shellacked. So I'm gonna go with the Lakers 124, San Antonio 110.
Michael?
Spurs 105, Lakers 98. DeJounte Murray, career high 40-point triple-double.
I feel like, even though we had this coach discussion the other day, I think Pop is your favorite coach of all time.
I think so. Is he not the best in the NBA at least?
I just feel like, though, he might be a little past his prime now. I don't know. I think he's a little wacky now.
I don't know.
The hair, the beard.
Dude.
I think he's just at the point where he doesn't give a shit about it.
But I'm saying, is that effective, though? Is that why they're not winning like they used to?
Well, they just don't have a top overall pick every year anymore. Because the past 30 years they've been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He just left the playoffs, and the only reason he didn't continue is because Kawhi left like a little baby.
Yeah.
He would still have Kawhi. He'd build a team around him of of dogs, dude. Right. It'd be, you know what I mean? I always said he should just lose out one season right now.
Get some picks.
Get a first overall pick like you did with Tim and David. And you're back.
Right.
You're right back. And then do it for a couple years more and leave it off to Becky, and then really seal your legacy by hiring the first female head coach in the NBA. And then he could be in president of basketball operations there. Perfect. Or Timmy, or have Timmy be the assistant.
Of those guys, you see Manu's headlining the Hall of Fame class.
Yes, one of my favorite players of all time.
Manu.
Kobe respected the fuck out of him.
Manu, as some people say. Depending on what region of the country you're from.
I don't know. I don't think.
Who, Manu?
No, it's I think he was really good.
They don't win those championships without him.
But he wasn't a part of the 75, right? No. Top 75?
No, I don't think so. But dude, he chose to sacrifice a lot of his game. He could have been just like a Luka. You know what I mean? But
could he have, though?
Yeah. What are you talking about? You didn't watch him.
Yes, I did.
No, you way.
Yes, I did.
No, you way.
No way. You started watching when LeBron James went to Miami.
No, I watched before that.
How far?
When he got drafted.
Honestly, the first finals I remember watching was the 2004 finals with the Lakers and the Pistons.
So then, yeah, you probably just hate the Spurs because they always beat the Lakers.
No, dude, I wasn't even following the Lakers back then. No, I just think, you know what it is?
He was so good. It's ridiculous.
He started the
Hall
Euro. Of Fame, I don't know.
Manu's he's not on the 75.
Yeah, he's not on the 75.
To me, he should be.
And I feel like, was he ever even top 3 in the league at one point? For shooting guards?
Yeah. Easily, dude. Who was there? It was just for a couple years, it was a lot of shit players, dude, during that time.
I'm just curious as far as
his stats.
I mean, dude, Timmy D, there's no question. I do think Parker was a little overrated.
Tony.
What was your thoughts on Tony, Michael?
He won him a championship.
But like he wasn't like talk about not being like I don't think he was ever top 2 or 3 point guard in the league.
Yeah, always top 5 though.
Borderline, yeah. Let's see. So I mean, Manu for his career, 13.3 points per game, 36.9% from 3, average 3.8 assists, made the All-Star team twice. I don't know. I guess I would. Was this his first year of eligibility? Or no?
I think so.
Yeah. I believe so.
I don't know. I guess I never saw him as a first ballot.
Wow.
All right.
Well, he's the only player to have every championship except obviously a national championship, like gold, the top of every league.
Right.
Besides China.
Wait, so did they announce the rest of this class?
No, I don't think so. Or maybe they did, Matt.
No, I'll look it up. Let's see.
No, I'm not sure.
Basketball. I almost put in Hall of Dame.
Chauncey Billups.
Wow.
Manu.
Oh, these are nominees. He has
Nominees.
Okay.
Yeah, he's headlining the class.
Like he's like one of the favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, so the past year, Ginobili,
Paul
Tom
Pierce,
Chambers,
Bosh.
Lindsey Whalen.
They were 21. That's right.
So what do you? So the other guys on here, I mean, George Karl and Bob Huggins, no way for them. Tim Hardaway Sr., Chauncey Billups, and Sean Marion.
Sean Marion.
Chauncey, definitely.
Yeah.
You think Chauncey definitely?
Yeah.
8 straight Eastern Conference Finals. Without him, they're not doing that.
I loved Marion, but I don't think he'll get in.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But he was like just very good all around.
Yeah.
Or he might.
Got a ring with Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's part of that team.
That Suns team. It's a shame that
they never got it done, dude. Because Spurs and the Lakers.
Yeah, but just the impact that Nash had coming over from Dallas to Phoenix. Amari was awesome, obviously, but like he's not a Hall of Famer. He was really, really good, but it wasn't long enough.
Yeah,
didn't win anything. But like I don't know about you guys, but I'm more when it comes to Hall of Fame, I just feel like I like to keep it to a higher standard because then it's like, what do we just everybody who was pretty good gets in the Hall of Fame? Like, I don't think that's how it should work. You know?
Say it again.
Like I'm saying, I think there should be a higher standard for the Hall of Fame. I think there's too many borderline guys getting in in all sports, not just basketball. But yeah, I mean, it was obviously interesting what, speaking of like Billups, like what he did with the Pistons that year, kind of came out of nowhere and kind of, being a little bit of a disappointment earlier in his career. And he actually ended up playing a while here from 97 to 2013, 15.2 points per game. And I loved his 3-point shot. He really had it going on for a few years in Detroit and Denver. And then quick stint in New York with the Knicks and moved to shooting guard for not even a full season with the Clippers before that Achilles injury. But yeah, he was definitely fun to watch for sure. But
clutch.
Yeah. So be interesting to see, in terms of the NBA, kind of where we find ourselves, as we head into this Christmas slate here. Who are the Knicks playing on Christmas?
Hawks.
Oh, okay. But Trey's probably gonna be out. Just clear him.
Should be Knicks Bulls.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
They played on Christmas before. I remember.
Yeah, I can't believe the Bulls that we don't have a fucking Christmas Day game.
Yeah,
it's pretty beat.
Usually they do a good job with that, but there usually is like one team that
they probably they figure it obviously before the season starts. They probably figured it. Knicks and Hawks would be
the playoffs.
They battling really right now.
Right.
Said they both have kind of underperformed at this point.
And really, I mean, at least they had more. The Hawks have had more like injuries and stuff. Not that the Knicks have recently got them, but you know what I mean. More of a reason to be, where they are.
Yeah. I hear you.
And one thing, just to kind of to wrap up here, that a caller actually on what was it? It was FAN. made is the fact that, I think it's 5 basketball games, on Christmas Day, 2 football games, and nothing really on tomorrow.
Christmas Eve.
If that doesn't make sense, just because at Christmas Eve, most of the times people are gathering later in the day. Everyone's off though. So it's like, why not have games earlier? Because Christmas Day, you're not like just parking in front of the TV all day.
No, I can see that. That makes sense. Because Christmas Day, maybe too. I don't know. Because the allure of Christmas Day was the Eve.
But I guess it would be NFL, but NFL doesn't do Friday games. I mean, that's just what it is. And
I'll be honest with you, dude. I've never really been one to just sit there and watch the sports on Christmas. I'm usually always just interacting with family, dude. I don't really care to sit there on Christmas Day and watch fucking basketball for fucking 8 hours.
I mean, it's always on, and then
it's on exactly. But
dinner.
Just more. I was gonna say more important things.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I could see a late game.
Yes,
like a nice
prime
10:30.
Yeah.
Even depending if you're going out, I'm saying.
But even too, you have an early dinner. I mean, even the
7:30.
7:30. Yeah.
I'd even do 8.
Yeah.
I it's funny. I always thought younger, if like how I would feel about like playing on Christmas. I always said I think I'd be tight.
I think
I'd just want to chill.
I think early on in my career I'd be cool. But then once I'm done, I'm like, and I have kids or something, I want to be home.
I gotta go play ball now.
It's
Christmas.
Yeah, I think it's always been divided between the players because some people take it as an honor being, you're one of the better teams. That's why you're showcased at Christmas.
I think and it's so funny. In like 2010, I think Lakers played the Celtics on Christmas, and somebody asked Phil Jackson about something like playing on Christmas, blah blah blah. And I remember him saying. The last thing he said to close out his response was, it's almost like these the Christian holidays don't even really mean anything anymore. Just putting on despite whatever whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But the point was, it's like, why do we have to play on Christmas?
Yeah.
Why do we have to
just
play?
take one day off?
Yeah. Like he said, it sounded like a man who just wanted to be with the fam, chilling,
relaxing, recovering.
Yeah. It's Christmas.
They're humans too.
Yeah, I mean, it's Christmas, It's like a lot of these guys have kids, like Mike was saying, like, you got to get dragged away from your family to go play ball for a couple hours, like,
or it could be in another city, like, something more than a couple hours, dude.
Yeah. But
and these kids got to, and I'm the kids, obviously,
basically,
they're getting the Christmas of a lifetime. If you're,
we've had the conversation. You like money? The NBA is never going to change that.
Yeah,
cash cow.
All sports, never going to
sports
change
in general. So.
Have your dollars and your cents.
Yeah. But other than that, fellas, as we wrap up here, anything else anybody has to offer here on the way?
I mean, just a Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Safe, healthy, happy.
It was a great year.
Yeah.
For downtime.
Yeah.
I think we'll be here before New Year's, though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be back on Monday.
Okay, cool, perfect.
Right?
I mean, I'll be here.
Oh, I'll be here. I'm not off next week.
Yeah.
You kidding?
Got jobs to do. But of course, we appreciate it.
I might have you come over for a assessment, dude.
Keep commenting, liking, subscribing. Any last minute Christmas gifts, head to downtimetv.com. Maybe get a windbreaker like Michael has on right now. Definitely want to check one of those out. But everybody have a safe, healthy, happy Christmas, and we will see you on Monday.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us